We are reading lesson number 66 with title Be a Better Parent. The way you raise your children is the way you raise your future generations. Since few of us have had formal training in fine art of parenting, most of us simply treat our children the way your parent treated yours. We know of no other way to do it. Although being a parent is a great joy, it is also a privilege that involves tremendous responsibility. Although, while I would do anything for my two children, that willingness is not enough. We need to develop the skill of being excellent parents. We cannot just hope that the way we are raising our kids is the right way and pray that we will be lucky enough that they will become thoughtful, caring, and wise adults. We must take the initiative to improve our parenting abilities by attending seminars, reading books, and listening to audio cassettes by the leading thinkers in this field. Then we must have the courage to keep trying to refine the ideas we learn from the laboratory of our own lives in order to find the parenting strategies that best suit our families. I know your life is busy and there is too much to do in that little time. But those miraculous years of your son's daughter's childhood will never come back again. And if you do not devote the time and effort to becoming the best parent you know you can be, one day you will deeply regret the lost opportunity. As one father who attended a seminar I gave in Toronto said, when my son was growing up, he constantly asked me to give him piggyback rides. Though I knew how much I loved him, I was always too busy to play with him. I had reports to read, or meetings to attend, or calls to make. Now that he has grown up and left our home, I realized one thing. I would give anything in this world to get that little boy's childhood time and to give him a piggyback ride back. Moving on to the next lesson 67. Be orthodox, be unorthodox. Rousseau said, take the course opposite to custom. You will almost always do well. The brilliant ads for Apple customers computers inspire us to think different. Or as I tell audience at my leadership speeches, if you follow the crowd, the place you will most likely end up is at the exit. To live a richer, more rewarding life, it is essential that you run your own race. Stop being to the demands of social pressure at the expense of your uniqueness. When you study the lives of the world's most enlightened and effective people, you will see that they did not care about what other people thought of them. Rather than letting public opinion dictate their actions, they had the courage to let their hearts drive them. And in taking the road less traveled, they focused on the success beyond and their wildest dreams. One of the best quotations about the importance of being unorthodox comes from Christopher Morley, who said, "Read every day, read every day something no one else is reading. Think every day, think every day something that no one else is thinking." It is bad for the mind to be always part of anonymity, and perhaps the very best one comes from the immersion. It is it is easy in the world to live after the world's opinion. It is easy in solitude to live after our own life. But the great man is he who is in the middle of the crowd and he keeps his perfect sweetest of the independence of his solitude. Over the next month, rethink the way you do things. Don't just do things because everybody does it, right? Do the things that are right for you. Being different from all the right reasons is the wise way to live. Just ask Einstein, Picasso, Galileo, or Beethoven. Moving on to the next lesson, that is carry a golf cart. Carry a golf cart. Time and again, I have witnessed high functioning, top performing men and women carrying a little golf cart in their wallet that they can review during their quieter moments of the day. The card simply lists their top life goals along with clear deadlines for achieving them. It's goal card, not golf card. I'm sorry. The discipline or reconnecting to your highest priorities, whether they are personal, professional, or spiritual, is a smart one. The great and glorious masterpiece of men is to live the point. The wisdom of life is so scurrilly expressed, and yet most of us live our lives like one long air raid drill, filling our days with activities that seem important in the moment but that count for little in the overall scheme of our lives. As I wrote in Leadership Wisdom from the monk who sold his Ferrari, the person who tries to do everything ultimately accomplishes nothing. Having a goal card and coming back to it 3 or 4 years, 4 times a day, you will keep your mind centered to the things that truly count. It will foster the self control you need to concentrate only on the activities that advance your goal. Give you the discipline to say no to the rest, and in doing so, restore focus on your days. I promise that if you spend your life focusing on the wealthiest and worthiest pursuits, it is certain to end up in complete joy. Moving on to the next lesson, be more than your moods. For much of my life, I believed my thoughts were beyond my control. They just entered my mind automatically and did whatever they wished to do. Even worse, I believed that I was my thoughts. Thankfully, I discovered that nothing could be further from the truth. We are not our thoughts. Instead, we are the thinkers of our thought. We are the creators of the thoughts that flow through the minds. And given this fact, we can change our thoughts if we choose to do so. This seemingly obvious insight with an epiphany for me was an epiphany for me. I soon became far more aware of the things that I allowed in my mind and the inner dialogues that takes place within every one of us every walking hour of every living day. I began to pay complete attention to the quality of my thoughts. The awareness was the first step of changing them. Over the matter of months, I trained my mind to focus only on the positive, inspiring, and enlightening thoughts. And in doing so, I saw the outer circumstances of my life change. Just as as you are not your thoughts, you are not your moods. You are the creator of the moods, your experience, the mood that you can change in a slight instant. If you choose to do so, you can feel peace in a moment of stress, joy in a moment of sadness, and energy during the time of fatigue. Moving on to the next lesson, lesson number 70. Savor the simple stuff. No one gets to take his passion, no one gets to take his possessions with him when he dies. I have yet I have yet to see a moving van following a hearse off to a funeral. At the end of the day, the only thing we can take with us are our memories and all those great experiences that add meanings to our life. Given this, I would rather spend my days doing the things that will leave me happy memories and collecting possessions than collecting possessions. I have discovered that my best memories come from life's simplest things. The day my daughter Bianca learned to walk, my son Colby's first Christmas concert, where he spent more time waving at his proud dad in the audience than singing the song. The day our family played soccer, and in the rain and in the evening was where we barbecued hot dog under the full harvest moon. Dale Carnegie wrote, "One of the most tragic things I know about human nature is that all of us tend to put off all of us tend to put off living. We all are dreaming of some magical rose garden over the horizon instead of enjoying the roses that are blooming outside of our window right now. Have the wisdom to savor the simple things, the wonderful moments that they bring will add more value to your life than any of the material toys we spend so much of our energy pursuing. I'd rather have roses on my table than diamonds on my neck when I die." Moving on to the next lesson, lesson number 71. Stop condemning. Like the vice of complaining discussed earlier, it is easy to fall into the habit of condemning others, even those who we love the most. We criticize the way everyone eats or the manner in which she speaks. We focus on the most minute detail and find fault with the smallest of issues. But what we focus on grows. And if we keep focusing on the small weakness in someone, it will continue to grow in our minds until we perceive it to be a big problem in that person. Would you really want to live in a world where everyone is looked, acted, and thought exactly as you do? It would be a pretty boring place. To live a more happier and a peaceful life, begin to see that richness in our society comes from its diversity. What makes relationships, communities, and countries great are not the things that we have in common, but the differences that makes us unique. Rather than looking for the things to criticize in those around you, why not begin to respect the differences? Often we perceive in others the weakness we most need to address within ourselves. Stop blaming and condemning. accept complete responsibility for the way things are, and resolve to work and changing yourself before seeking to change others. This is one of the truest measures of a person of strong character. As Erica Jones said, take your life into your hands, and what happens? A terrible thing, no one to blame. Lesson number 72. See your days as your life. The day come and go like muffled and veiled figure sent from a distant friendly party. But they say nothing, and if we do not use the gifts they bring, they carry them as they carry themselves silently away. As you live your days, so you will live your life. It's easy to get trapped in the thinking, get trapped in the thinking that this day does not matter much, given all the days that you have in front of you. But a great life is nothing more than a series of great, well lived days strung together like a beautiful necklace of pearls. Every day counts and contributes to the quality of the end result. The past is gone, the future is but a figment, so the day is really all you can own. Invest it wisely. Your life is not a dress rehearsal. Lost opportunity rarely comes back. Today, vow to increase your passion for living and multiply the commitment you will bring to each of your days that will follow this one. Many people think that it takes months or years to change your life. Respectfully, I disagree. Your life you can change in a second you make a decision from the depths of your heart to be a better, more dedicated human being. What takes months and years are the efforts you must apply to maintain that decision. And the best life change decision you will ever make is the one to live every moment of your life or your days to the fullest. A golf legend, Ben Hogan, said, as you walk down the fairway of your life, you must smell the roses, for you only to get to play one round. Hmm. You must smell the roses, for you only get to play one round. Hmm. Thank you.